Hey TBC Kindle, I'm Brother Tyler, and we're here again today with another Kindle Daily Devotional. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about giving God the glory, and I'm going to read from Genesis chapter 31 and verse 42. Except the God of my father, the God of Abraham and the fear of Isaac had been with me, surely thou hadst sent me away now empty. God hath seen mine affliction and the labor of my hands, and rebuked thee yesternight. So, for a little bit of context, if you remember from the last devotional on Saturday of last week, Laban has caught up to Jacob. Laban has caught up to Jacob, and now there's this really big dramatic confrontation, and Laban's like, bro, why you stealing my stuff? And Jacob's like, I've got nothing to see here, like, search my things, whatever. And you can read the story for yourself. It's really actually quite funny. But Laban and Jacob are confronting each other, and Jacob goes on this huge rant just about how all the junk that Laban's been treating him, and how he's had to serve Laban for 20 years, and it's just really dramatic and really tense and heated. And Jacob just throws in this little verse here, and it's really interesting. He could have stopped at verse 41. He could have stopped at just saying, thus have I been 20 years in thy house, I've served thee 14 years for thy 2 daughters, and 6 years for thy cattle, and thou hast changed my wages 10 times. He could have stopped there. But what he did in verse 42, he plugged in this little thing of, he said, I'm not just going to talk about my problem, but I'm going to talk about how God brought me out of the problem. Because without the word of God that came into his life, kind of like that New Testament concept of the rhema of God, which is like a timely word. It's not necessarily a word written on paper at the time, but it's a word of God for a specific moment. If that word of God would not have come into his mind through visions or through the Lord speaking to him, then he wouldn't have had the courage to leave. Now, obviously, he didn't leave in a very bold manner. He went away secretly, but he still left. He still obeyed God in that. So without the word of God, Jacob would not have been able to be free from Laban. Now, we have a very similar story in our lives. We've been slaves to sin for, however long you were a slave to sin before you came in church. And then God set you free because of his word. He made you free. Whosoever the Son shall make free shall be free indeed. So give God the glory today. Just like that old song says, to God be the glory for the things that he's done. That's one of my favorite songs. Thank you so much for watching this devotional. I hope I've encouraged and blessed you today. Give God the glory in everything that you do, and give him credit and give him the honor, because it's only because of him that we are where we are today. So I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. Thanks for watching this devotional. God bless.